I need to clarify something. What I'm about to describe, what we're going through as a country right now, it's not unique to us. Countries throughout history have gone through exactly this. When a country gets, I hate to use this term, but it's true. When a country gets on the back end, on the back nine, if you will, the later stages. No, America's not going to go away tomorrow, but when a country gets on the back end, governments become extremely corrupt and gross and evil. And what happens is the people separate from their government. They no longer feel connected. And look, the government feels the same way. Government turns against the people. People turn against the government. They separate from each other, almost like they're two totally separate entities. I saw something yesterday. It was encouraging, yet also discouraging. Let me explain. Mike Turner, Republican congressman out of Ohio, we all woke up to the news. Wake up one day and we're told that there is a national security threat, some sort of imminent national security threat. It was very cryptic. There weren't any details. And nobody freaked out. Nobody. Not a single person I saw freaked out. Jake Sullivan gets in front of the podium. And he added fuel to the fire. The reporters asked him, hey, Jake, what's with this national security threat warning? And Jake Sullivan said, well, I mean, I don't know that it's the end of the world, and the reporter goes, well, can you assure us that Americans are safe? And he basically said, well, no, I don't have that assurance. ABC News comes out and says it's about Russia. Russia's putting nukes in space. And still, through all this, throughout the day, I did not encounter a single person in my personal life or anywhere else that took this seriously. In fact, 100% of the people I know did this. Oh gosh, here we go again. They scoffed. They rolled their eyes. We had warnings from Jake Sullivan, a congressman, a major media organization, that we were about to be under attack in some way. Very cryptic, very eerie. And Americans didn't believe them. We simply didn't believe it. Now, listen, before we keep going into this, let me explain. That's a good thing. The government has turned evil and corrupt and rotted, and now when they say things, you shouldn't trust them. When the media comes out and says something, you should automatically assume that's a lie. Without even verifying anything, assume it's a lie. That's the built-in response. When the government comes out and says something, you should automatically assume they're lying. That should be the automatic assumption, and it's good that we're getting there as a society. But it's also bad that we're getting there as a society. Let me explain. Once that separation occurs between the government and the people, which is where we are now very clearly, once that separation occurs, it's very, 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 very difficult. Maybe impossible, but very difficult to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Because it's not in an evil government's nature to try to earn your trust back. And that's really the only way to get trust back, right? Is you have to earn it. If you screw up with someone in your life, kid, husband, wife, whatever, business partner, whatever it may be, and you do something that violates trust or they lose trust, the only way to get it back is to earn it, and it takes time. It would take the government having to be really open with us, holding themselves accountable, trial after trial after trial for government official, FBI agent, politician, these evil CDC doctors. It would take that to earn our trust back. That's what it would take to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. But an evil, corrupt government doesn't do that. They've never done that. What happens is when the people separate themselves from the government, from an evil government, the government, it doubles down and triples down almost every time on everything that costs them the trust to begin with. So it's good that you don't believe it when these people tell you lies. At the same time, it spells trouble for our country. And let's talk about something else. What if that threat was real? Could have been, right? It could have been for the first time in forever that they were telling the truth. Oh my gosh, there's a nuclear bomb in Los Angeles. That would be something that would be a big deal, and we would need to act, right? But the problem is the trust has been so violated for so long, we're never going to believe them, even when it is real. I mean, look, who are you going to believe? CIA? We have confirmation now, courtesy of New York Post, many other things, about what the Central Intelligence Agency and the FBI did against Donald Trump in 2016. And I want to make sure everyone understands this, and I'm sure you do. Donald Trump was a private citizen, not in office, not a politician yet, running to be president, a private citizen running to be president, and underneath President Barack Obama, the intelligence agencies of this country and the FBI decided to build a narrative that would hurt Donald Trump, that would give them the authority to spy on a private citizen who happens to be the political opponent of the then sitting president. This is such a staggering scandal. This should result in 500 people going to federal prison for the rest of their lives. That's how damaging things like this are for a nation. It should be CIA agent after FBI agent after politician on public trial right now, facing life in prison to save the country. You may say right now, Jesse, that's harsh. Jesse, that's being over the top. I'm telling you right now, that's the only way to save the country. That's the level of accountability we will need in order to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. But they're not going to. What if that new deadly disease gets here and those people ran to the television and tried to tell you about it? You wouldn't believe them. And it's good. Again, I want to stress, it's good that you wouldn't believe them. However, a nation's people and their relationship with its institutions is everything for the country. We have separated, and we continue to do so. And the only way to put it back together is government accountability. Will we get that? History says we will not. We can hope and pray that maybe we can make that happen here so we can save this whole thing. All that may have made you uncomfortable, but I am right.